Welcome you all. Myself Mando MK, lecturer in Government Polytechnic, Diploma in Commercial Practice. My subject is Income Tax Practice, 6th semester. Subject code 15CP 62T. Income Tax Practice, Unit 4, Profits and Gains from Business and Profession. In this unit, we have to study meaning and definition of business, profession, vacation, expenses expressly allowed, allowable losses, expenses expressly disallowed, expenses allowed on payment basis. Now we have completed these topics in session 1, session 2, session 3. Now, problems on business relating to proprietary concerns only. We have to solve problems on business relating to proprietary concerns only. Now, Unit 4, Session 4. Income tax practice, subject code 15 CP 62T, Section 29, computation of income from business or a profession, problems and solution. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 29 ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯದ ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಗೇನ್ ಆಫ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ PGBP. Income tax learning objectives of unit. After studying this unit, the students will be able to understand the meaning of business and profession, identify the incomes chargeable under the head business and profession, learn the process of calculating the net income taxable in case of business or a profession, identify the expenses expressly allowed while calculating the net income, identify the expenses expressly disallowed, identify the expenses and losses allowed while calculating the net income. Explain the meaning of certain keywords used in income from business. ಕಲಿಕೆಯ ಘಟಕದ ಧ್ಯೇಯೋದ್ದೇಶಗಳು. ಈ ಘಟಕವನ್ನು ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಿದ ನಂತರ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯವಾಗುತ್ತದೆ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಳಲು. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ವೃತ್ತಿ ಎಂಬ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 3. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರಿಗೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡುವ ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಕ್ರಿಯೆಯನ್ನು ತಿಳಿಯಲು. 4. ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಅನುಮತಿಸಲಾದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 5. ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ಅನುಮತಿಸಿದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 6. ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ಅನುಮತಿಸಲಾದ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ನಷ್ಟಗಳನ್ನು ಗುರುತಿಸಲು. 7ನೇದಾಗಿ ಕೆಲವು ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ಗಳ ಮುಖ್ಯ ಪದಗಳ ಅರ್ಥಗಳನ್ನು ವಿವರಿಸಲು. Introduction. As we know that a person's income can be divided under 5 heads, like income from salary, income from house property, income from capital gains, income from other sources, and income from profits and gains of business or a profession. Out of these 5 heads, profits and gains of a business or a profession are most important and largest head. The income from business to which a person is chargeable under the head represents not the gross receipts from the business, but the profits and gains derived from there. For instance, in the case of businessman, The gross sale proceeds would not be the basis for levying tax, but it is net profit or the profit or gain as determined in accordance with section 28 to 44 DB Income Tax Act 1961, given the complete structure, meaning of computation of income from business under section 28 to 44 ಟಿ. ಮುನ್ನುಡಿ: ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಸಂಬಳದಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ, ಮನೆಯ ಆಸ್ತಿಯಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ, ಬಂಡವಾಳದ ಲಾಭಗಳಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ, ಇತರ ಮೂಲಗಳಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಲಾಭಗಳಂತಹ 5 ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಂಗಡಿಸಬಹುದು ಎಂದು ನಿಮಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿದೆ. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಲಾಭಗಳು ಮತ್ತು ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ಮತ್ತು ದೊಡ್ಡ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆ. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಒಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯು ವಿಧಿಸಬಹುದಾದ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಬರುವ ಆದಾಯವು ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಒಟ್ಟು ರಸೀದಿಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ರಸೀದಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಲಾಭಾಂಶಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಡೆದ ಲಾಭ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಭಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಪಡೆದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಲಾಭ ಮತ್ತು ಲಾಭಗಳನ್ನು ಪ್ರತಿನಿಧಿಸುತ್ತದೆ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ, ಒಬ್ಬ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯ ವಿಷಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಟ್ಟು ಮಾರಾಟದ ಆದಾಯವು ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸಲು ಆಧಾರವಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ, ಆದರೆ ಅದು ನಿವ್ವಳ ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಕಾನೂನು ವಿಭಾಗ 28ರಿಂದ 44 DB ವಿಭಾಗಗಳ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ನಿರ್ಧರಿಸಿದಂತೆ ಲಾಭ ಅಥವಾ ಗಳಿಕೆಯಾಗಿದೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿಯವರೆಗೆ ಲಾಭ ಹಾನಿಗಳನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ ಅನುಕೂಲಕ್ಕೆ ತಕ್ಕಂತೆ ನಾವು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಆದರೆ ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆಯ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಅನ್ವಯ ವಿಭಾಗ 28ರಿಂದ 44ರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಧಿಸಿರುವ ನಿಯಮಗಳ ಅನುಸಾರವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯವನ್ನು ಲೆಕ್ಕಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಆ ನಿವ್ವಳ ಆದಾಯದ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾವು ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ವಿಧಿಸಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತದೆ. The chargeability to tax under section 28 is based primarily upon the condition that the assessee must have carried on a business or a profession at any time during the accounting year, though not necessarily throughout the accounting year. There are 2 parts of this head. One is business and second is profession. ಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ 28ರ ಅಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ತೆರಿಗೆ ವಿಧಿಸುವ ಸಾಮರ್ಥ್ಯವು ಮುಖ್ಯವಾಗಿ ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಪರಿಶೋಧಕಾ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಕೌಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಯರ್, ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಪರಿಶೋಧಕ ವರ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಸಮಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ನಡೆಸಬೇಕು ಎಂಬ ಷರತ್ತಿನ ಮೇಲೆ ಆಧಾರಿತವಾಗಿದೆ. ಈ ಶೀರ್ಷಿಕೆಯಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಭಾಗಗಳಿವೆ. ಒಂದು ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಎರಡನೆಯದು ವೃತ್ತಿ. ಈಗಾಗಲೇ ವ್ಯಾಪಾರ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಅವುಗಳ ಅರ್ಥವನ್ನು ತಿಳಿದುಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ. ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಎ ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್? ಪ್ರಾಫಿಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಸ್ ಇನ್ಕಮ್ ಓವರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪೆಂಡಿಚರ್. ಲಾಭಗಳು ವೆಚ್ಚಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿನ ಆದಾಯ. ನಮಗೆ ಆದಾಯ ಬಂದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥ ಆದಾಯದಲ್ಲಿ ವೆಚ್ಚಗಳನ್ನು ಕಳೆದಾಗ ಉಳಿದಿರತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದೇ ಲಾಭಗಳು. ಗೇನ್ಸ್, ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟಲ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್. ಗೇನ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಎನಿ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟಲ್ ರೆವೆನ್ಯೂ ಫ್ರಾಮ್ ಗಳಿಕೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ವ್ಯವಹಾರದಿಂದ ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ರಾಸಂಗಿಕ ಆದಾಯಗಳಿಗೆ ಗಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಎಂದು ಕರೀತಾರೆ, ಗೇನ್ಸ್. as the rules for the assessment of business, probation, or vacation are the same. There is no importance of making any distinction between them for income tax purpose. According to Income Tax Act, there is no much difference between these terms, that is business, ಪ್ರೊಫೆಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ವೆಕೇಶನ್. ವ್ಯವಹಾರ ವೃತ್ತಿ ಅಥವಾ ವೃತ್ತಿಯ ಮೌಲ್ಯಮಾಪನದ ನಿಯಮಗಳು ಒಂದೇ ಆಗಿರುವುದರಿಂದ ಆದಾಯ ತೆರಿಗೆ ಉದ್ದೇಶಗಳಿಗಾಗಿ ಅವುಗಳ ನಡುವೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸವನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಾಮುಖ್ಯತೆ ಇಲ್ಲ. Section 28. It is basis of charge. Already we have discussed in detail in section 2 and 3. Section 29, computation of income from business or profession. We have also discussed the same rules in the section 3. Section 3, expenses in respect of business and premises. Section 31, revenue expenditure, plant and machinery, furniture. Section 32, depreciation. These are 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. These sections are already discussed. We have to see some other practical problems on this. According to this section, we have prepared a pro forma. Pro forma for computing income under the head profits and gains of a business. Pro forma for computation of income under the head profits and gains from business or a profession. It is very simple format. Net profit as per profit and loss account or balance as per income and expenditure account. We have to prepare two accounts. In some cases, we have to prepare profit and loss account. In some cases, we have to prepare income and expenditure account. We have to take the balance of profit. Add expenses expressly disallowed but debited to P&L account. Now, we have already debited some of the expenses in P&L account, but according to income tax rules, these expenses are disallowed. These are disallowed. Expenses not allowed but debited to P&L account. There are certain expenses, they are strictly not allowed. Example, LIC premium. This is not allowed. But we have already debited it. We have already debited it. Incomes or receipts taxable under this head but not credited to P&L account. There are certain incomes, they are chargeable under this head, but we have not credited to P&L account. Now we have to add capital expenses debited to P&L account. There are certain capital expenses already debited in P&L account. Example, purchase of a computer, purchase of a furniture. These are known as a capital expenses. Personal expenses debited to P&L account. There are certain personal expenses, they are debited to P&L account. Example, drawings, household expenses, like expenses in excess of the allowed amount debited to P&L account. Expenses in excess of the allowed amount is debited to the P&L account. For example, the actual expenditure is some, but we have debited more, means overcharge, over expenses, that should be added. Losses not allowed but debited to P&L account. There are certain losses. These will not come under this head, but we have debited, we have to add. Expenses not relating to the previous year but debited to P&L account. Now, when we are calculating income tax, we have to take the one previous year expenses only. But in that expenses, certain expenses are debited, they belongs to the next year or the preceding the previous year, but they are not allowed. Undervaluation of closing stock or overvaluation of opening stock. Now, sometimes we have undervalued the closing stock or overvalue the opening stock. Here also there is a difference between profit. These items, if it is in the problem, we have to add. Now we'll get total income. Less. Expenses expressly allowed but not debited to P&L account. There are certain expenses, they are eligible under this head, but we have not debited. Expenses relating to the previous year but not debited to P&L. Now, while calculating, we have not taken into consideration the expenses belong to the present previous year. But we have to consider now. Losses allowed but not debited to P&L account. Incomes or receipts not taxable under this head but credited to P&L account. Certain incomes are credited but they are related to other heads. Now, if such items are there, we have to less it, reduce it. Incomes or receipts taxable under other head but credited to P&L account, overvaluation of closing stock or undervaluation of opening stock. Now, we'll get finally profits taxable under the head income from business or a profession. After knowing this main point, we have to solve one sum. Already we have solved the question number 1. Now the question number 2. The following is the profit and loss account of Mr. Gopal for the year ended on 31st March 2021. Compute his taxable income for assessment year 2021-22. Now, here profit and loss account is given. Particular general expenses, car expenses, salary to staff, postage, stationery, wealth tax. Wealth tax is not related to the business. It is related to the other head. Now it is disallowable expenses. Painting of signboard, depreciation. According to IT Act, we have to show depreciation separately. The depreciation charged under IT Act, different rules. Provision for bad debts. This is disallowable expenses. This is not permitted as per IT Act. Repairs, sale tax paid, loss embezzlement, household expenses is related to the personal nature. Advance income tax, it is not, it is a tax on the income of a person, hence it is a disallowable expenses. Municipal taxes paid, it is expenses related to the other heads, then we'll get the profits. Similarly, income side, gross profit 42 lakh, interest on debentures, it is income from other sources. Income from other sources. Cash discount. Interest on POSP 5,000, it is also income under other head. But here, interest on POSP up to 10,000 is exempted as per IT rules. Agriculture income, it is also income related to the other head, but it is exempted income. Rent from house property, this income pertain to the other head. Now, additional information is given. General expenses include 1,60,000 being donation paid to PMRF. Now here 3,60,000 general expenses are there, out of which 1,60,000 donated to PMRF. Now this is a donation, it will come under ATG. We have to show separately in ATG. It is not related to the business. It is not related to the business. Half of car expenses relate to the personal use. Total car expenses are 80,000, out of which 50%, half 40,000 relate to the personal nature. It is a personal expenses. Repairs include 10,000 for house property. Now, here under the title repairs, out of which 10,000 are pertains to the house property. This is also disallowable expenses. Depreciation allowed under section 32 is rupees 1,50,000. Here the rates of depreciation is specifically given. We have to consider the rates under section 32. Now we have to solve this sum. Computation of, first write the title, computation of taxable income of Mr. Gopal for the previous year 2020-21, assessment year 2021-22. This is the first step. Next step, prepare three columns, sources of income or heads of income, amount rupees, make two columns if possible. Solve one by one. Income from business and profession title. Net profit as per profit and loss account 33 lakh. Add inadmissible expenses. In the profit and loss account, certain expenses are inadmissible. What they are? One, general expenses include donation 1,60,000. Car expenses 50% related to the personal nature, 40,000. Wealth tax, it is not permitted expenses, 80,000. Depreciation, we have to show separately, 1,60,000. Provision for bad debts, 20,000. Repairs, 10,000 belongs to house property, that is 10,000. Household expenses, it is completely personal nature, 1 lakh rupees. Income tax, it is a disallowable expenses, 20,000. Municipal taxes paid, the expenses related to the other head, 40,000. Total 5,70,000 is expenses disallowed. We have to add for 33 lakh. 33 lakh plus 5,70,000, 38 lakh 70,000 is the income. Now we'll proceed to the next. Less incomes related to the others head or exempted income. Interest on debenture, it is income under other heads. Income under other head, that is 40,000. Interest on POSP, 5,000. Agriculture income, 15,000. Rent from house property. These are credited. We have to reduce it, 3,60,000. Now our income is reduced by 3,60,000. 3,60,000. Now we have to charge depreciation according to rules under section 32. 1,50,000. 1,50,000. Income from business or a profession, 33,60,000. As per provisions of the IT Act, the income from business is 33,60,000. Now, here other heads are given. Income from house property, it is the second head. According to IT Act, this is the second title. Income from house property, it is given 3 lakh, it is a gross. Less municipal taxes paid, 40,000. Now net annual value of the property is 2,60,000. On net value, we have to deduct 30% standard deduction under section 24A, 78,000. 1,82,000 is income under the head income from house property. Income from other sources. Interest on debentures, 40,000. Now we'll get income from all sources, 35,82,000. There are other incomes are given. Other income means interest on POSP 5,000 it is exempted, up to 10,000 exempted. Agriculture income is a exempted income. Hence, it is not shown in this part. This will not appear. Now, income from all sources 35 lakh 82,000. Next, deduction under chapter 6A. First, we have to see ATG. In ATG, there is no any items are given. Directly ATG, ATC is not given ATG. Under ATG, there are four heads: 100% donations, 50% donations, 100% donations limited to the 10% of gross income, 50% donations limited to the 10% of gross income. But here, the donation given to the PMRF, whatever donated to the PMRF, it is 100%. There is no any limit. 1,60,000 we have to deduct. Finally, we will get 34,22,000. It is taxable income. In this way, we have to solve the sum. In this way, we have to solve the answer. 34,22,000 is taxable income. On 34,22,000, we have to charge tax according to rules of income tax. Now we'll see one more sum. Question number 3. Now, the following is the profit and loss account of Miss Archana, owner of Mahalakshmi General Stores, for the year ended 31st March 2021. Compute her taxable income for the assessment year 2021-22. 21-22. There is some spell error. May correct it. 21-22. Now, profit and loss account. Interest on capital. It is not related to the business. Now, we have see interest on capital. Whether it is interest on capital, it is a disallowable expenses. General expenses, salary to staff, advertising, bad debts, fire insurance, car expenses, trade expenses, income tax, it is disallowable expenses. Donation to CMRW, it is related to the other head. Depreciation, provision for bad debt, it is disallowable expenses. Then profits for the year 11 lakh. Gross profit. Profit on sale of cars 4 lakh. Recovery of bad debts 1 lakh. Interest on government securities 60 lakh. Dividends 80,000. Gift on birthday 1 lakh 74,000. Additionally, depreciation allowable as per income tax rules 80,000. Half of car expenses related to the personal use. Salaries include 20,000 per month being salary to proprietor. General expenses include 50,000 compensation paid to an accountant who had to be removed from service in the interest of the business. Of the recovery of bad debts, the assessing officer disallowed 60,000 in the earlier year. These are the information. According to this information, consider the solution of the next solution. Computation of taxable income of Miss Archana for the year 2020-21. Assessment year 2021-22. Sources of income. Income from profit and gains from business and occupation 11 lakh. Net profits as profit and loss account 11 lakh. Add inadmissible expenses expressly disallowed. Interest on capital 60,000. Salary to proprietor per month 20,000 into 12 2,40,000. Car expenses for personal use 20,000, income tax 1,40,000, donation to CMRF 40,000, depreciation shown separately under section 32 1,10,000, provisions for bad debts 40,000. Total 6,50,000 is disallowable expenses. 6,50,000. After adding this, we'll get 17,50,000 is a income. Out of these incomes, there are certain incomes they are not related to the business. Less incomes exclusively related to the other head are exempted. Profit on sale of car 4 lakh. It comes under other head. Bad debts recovered disallowed 60,000. Earlier it was disallowed. Now uh, we disallowed. No, it is not. It is not a business. Interest on government security 60,000, dividends 80,000, gift on birthday 1,74,000, 7,74,000. Now we'll get 9,76,000 is a income. Now, after getting this, we have to deduct depreciation allowable as per income tax rules under section 32, 80,000. Income from business 8,96,000. 8,96,000. Now, income from business is 8,96,000. Income from capital gain, profit on sale of cars, income from 4 lakh. Income from other sources, interest on government securities due 60,000. Dividends it is exempted. Total income from all sources 13,56,000. Deduction under chapter 6A. It is a 100% donation to CMRF 40,000. Now we'll get finally taxable income 13 lakh 16,000. On 13 lakh 16,000, he must pay the tax. He must pay the tax. Now, for any reference for further study, you refer Singhania and Singhania Taxman book. Solve any other sums. If any doubt, you ask in the WhatsApp group or in my class. Thanking you, one and all, myself, Mandu MK. We'll meet in the next session, 5th.